Hello, my name's Matthew Rada. I've been in the company for about a year now, and through this year, I've learned a lot. I've had ups and downs, of course. And one thing that I've really learned the most of, and that's actually helped me grow and be successful here, is the four factors of impulse. So I'm just going to be going over them and kind of showing you how I do it and the best way to pitch it with QPG and all the other components involved. So, as you see here, the first thing that I want to point out is when I first started, it took me forever to learn these four factors. So, one way that really helped me get it like in my head and that I couldn't forget it was remembering Fuji. So, FUJI. Pretty much it's an acronym Fuji. The F in Fuji stands for fear of loss, the U stands for urgency, the J stands for Jones effect, and the I stands for indifference. So those are the four factors of impulse. It's kind of hard to just learn it by the names. If you think of it as Fuji, then you can kind of fill in the blanks with the rest of the word. So the first thing on here is fear of loss. So one way to think of fear of loss is fear of missing out. That's another way of saying it. And basically the whole point is that it tells the customer that this offer does not last forever and you can lock in these prices today. So pretty much we want them to know that I can't just keep coming back whenever you want to give you this deal. We want to get them to order right there on the spot. And then if they do need to order something next time, they could always go on the website after we show them how to use it and everything. So this really helps you close those customers where they're kind of don't know what they want, but they want you to come back. You just fear of lost them right there. And then that makes them believe that, okay, I need to get it now to get this great deal, and he'll always be back and to check up on me pretty much. And then, so that's a great way to overturn your objection is, so let's say that they're saying, you know what, why don't you come back another day, leave your business card or something. You can just be like, I would love to come another day. I mean, a lot of my customers in the area tell me to come back the next day, but I'm actually able to save them on one or two items that they're going to use in the future. So since they don't really want to buy it at the moment, you can always BAM them. So you're going to buy it anyways, even if they don't need it now. It's not going to go bad, and we're going to save you money. So all those things are very important for them to understand, like, okay, I'm getting this deal now and I'm going to save money even though I was probably going to buy it for more later. And this fear of loss also helps you get over the business card objection. So they're going to be like, can you just leave your business card? You'd be like, I'd love to, but I'm not like a sales rep. I'm just here to get you started today, and then if you guys want to order on your own time, you can, but at least while I'm here, I can help you do that first time. So that's the fear of loss. And how I incorporate it with the QPG is just like showing them how much useful it is for them to get it through me, because it is technically $199.99 for the program. But today you can actually make it just $99 and give them 100 credit back into their account just so they can try it out the first time. So that's like your big pull for that, because they're always going to be like, well, I can always check it out on my own time. And then you can always be like, yeah, you could totally do that. I mean, Quill would actually want you to do that. The thing is if I'm here with you today, I actually can take off $100 and then give you $100 into your account just to try it out that first time. And usually they kind of think about it and they have that moment of silence, the buying signs. And then you just go ahead and tell them to click on add to cart, and you can show them all the benefits, and usually it works out and you get your QPG on touch that order. Cool. So that's the fear of loss. The next one is urgency. So when I first started the company, I used to think urgency meant like hustling the pavement, like I gotta go fast and see as many customers as I can. And while that is true, you want to do that, but it doesn't really apply to the sales part of it. So the sales part is that we're walking into businesses. Everybody has to do their own thing, right? So they're going to be busy. They're running their business. We're just there to tell them, like, look, it's not going to take forever. It's only going to take a few minutes. I mean, at most, if they really are showing urgency, then you shouldn't make it more than 5 minutes. You should just talk to them, RRQ them, first of all, return their objection when they're like, I'm busy, get out. You can be like, I totally understand you're all busy. A lot of customers I met are busy, but I'm just here to help you out and save money on 1 or 2 items that you're gonna use. And then just tell them that they can work while I work. All I need to know is what kind of paper do you guys usually get and what kind of ink and toner, and if anything else that you guys might need at the moment. And then they can go ahead and go back to work. You can go back, look at all your prices, and then go back and show them the savings. They're probably going to be saving upwards of 10 to 20 bucks per item, so they just are usually like, wow, that's a good price. And then you kind of compare with them, so you show the competitors versus our price, and then that kind of closes the deal also. And then after that, you pretty much just call in the order. You don't like waste too much time with them. You kind of tell them you can handle it all on your own, and then they just confirm with the lady over the phone. So the way that I incorporated with QPG is just pretty much making it short and sweet, emphasize on the savings and the fact that we give them $1 just to try it out. So usually if they're showing you an urgency, that you probably are going to have a hard time pitching the QPG because they don't want to talk about it. So you got to be a little quicker. You can't just take your time and explain every single detail. You want to make it obvious that they're saving every time and that it's locked in so that they never have to get it for any higher. So let's say their objection is, I don't know if we will buy enough stuff to make it useful. So a lot of times the customer will be like, yeah, it looks all great, but I don't know if I'll spend enough stuff to make it useful. And then my best overturn for that is, do you spend $100 in a year on supplies? Because usually they do, whether it is paper, ink, or even toilet paper, paper towels, random office stuff. They'll definitely spend $100. Then you could just tell them that it pays for themselves. So if you spend $100 in a year, we give you that $100 back to you guys. So pretty much you get the program for free, and then you get to save money for the whole year. And then let's say you do get another objection, like they're still like, I don't know, I still don't know if it's going to be worth it, like I don't know what I need to get. The worst case scenario is you just say, if let's say in a couple months from now you realize that you didn't need it, which I know you won't because of the savings, you could always call and cancel and Quill will refund you. Minus, of course, how much Quill Cash they use. So since they get $100 Quill Cash back, if they, let's say, use the 25 off, and they still have 75 Quill Cash left in their account, they will be able to get $75 back to their account. So you get minus of what you get saved. But still, it's pretty useful. Like, let's say you use it once and you still get to get the free shipping and the great discounts on everything. Perfect. So that's urgency. The next one is Jones Effect. Jones Effect is one of my favorite. It's not too complicated and it works like more than any other impulse I've kind of noticed. So the Jones Effect is you kind of show your empathy and relation towards other people. So that's when you start name dropping. You go into a building, you Q-Mobile it, and you see, okay, there's 3 pink accounts and 2 blue accounts. Every door you go into, you want to drop the name of one of the pink accounts. So you're like, oh, you know Bob next door does the eyelashes? And then they're like, yeah, I know Bob. He's like, oh, well, they're a customer of us and they love using us. You could always go and ask them how they like it. I can guarantee that they love it because they just bought the other day. What are some of the things that you guys might be using? And then, of course, you get into the whole pitch. So it kind of just gives them proof that peers have also bought from you. So I'm not just some random guy walking into your business trying to sell you office supplies. You know, I work for an actual company, Quill.com, and I do help other people in the building with this stuff. And that just kind of gets you the big trust that you need to have them to trust you and buy from you and not feel all sketched out about it. How I integrate that with QPG is I use it with, it usually comes from this objection. Let me just try out this order and I'll think about it. So a lot of times it'll be a new customer and they don't know much about Quill, but still that they'll be able to order something. And then I start pitching them the QPG and then they say, you know what, I don't know, let me just try it out. And that's a good time to overturn it with, well, you know, Bob next door, he actually got the program and he loves it. Let's get it while I'm here because without me it'll be $200, and next time you need to order, I'll come back and you'll have at least $25 in Quill Cash on your account. So that's a great way to kind of jones them into being like, oh, okay, so he's using it and they look successful and they're probably saving money because it looks like I'm spending more money at Office Depot. So that Jones effect and just dropping that name kind of changes everything, and you'll be able to get your sale. And lastly is indifference. So this is one of my favorites. It's just kind of a natural one for me. I naturally, I guess, show indifference my whole life, so it kind of, I don't really have to think about it too much, but when I do implement it, it helps a lot. So the opposite of indifference is something called commission breath. They call it that because it's kind of like saying like you breathing super hard and you want them to keep buying more, like you're just like, go get this and this and why not get 10 of these, and it's kind of obvious that you're really trying to hustle the customer, and they can see that from a mile away. So you don't want to do that. You want to be like the almost opposite of that. And a big way to compare is the whole like dating thing, where you're dating a girl and you don't want to be the guy that's following up with them every minute of the day and bugging them and seeing what they're eating and what they're doing every second. You want to be the guy that's relaxed and have them kind of chase you, right? So you want to be the cool kid that's just in the background and you talk to them, but you're not really showing too much interest because you know that, if it's not her, then it's going to be another girl. And same thing with the businesses, you should always keep your composure. You don't want to just drop the whole routine and immediately go into just like doing whatever they say. And if you know that you have the best deal, which we do, so like copy paper, we'll have the best deal on those. Original ink and toners, we'll have the best deal on those. If they don't want to save money with you today, the next person in the next business next to them will be able to save money with you today. So it's always the law of average, and that indifference will help you get to the customer next door who actually wants to save money. So how I pitch it in QPG is pitching it at every single door. Your pitch should start to sound indifferent, and you'll be in a rhythm by the time you reach the right customer. So pretty much, you don't want to like pitch only certain doors on QPG, because first of all, you won't be in a rhythm by the time you find the right customer, and second of all, you never know what the customer's thinking. So if you're thinking for the customer, then you're already losing, and who knows, maybe they still want to get it, because you shouldn't be afraid, because even if they don't use too many things, no matter how small they are, they're still going to save money with the program. So whether it's buying food and break room, cool brand stuff, paper, ink, even like toilet paper, paper towels. So they'll be able to find something to save money on, and then they'll be premier gold standard customers with us. So that's pretty much the 4 factors of impulse. Of course, remember Fuji. That's your best way to memorize the whole acronym that goes behind it. And when you first start out, you're probably going to have to just rely on one at a time. But the better you get at these factors, the more you realize that you have to use more than one at a time. So sometimes you might just use one factor. They just need a good fear of loss to push them through the door and you get the close. But sometimes they fear of loss you, and then they say they're busy, and then you have to throw some urgency in there. So always be ready to adjust to what they're doing, and you always want to mirror the customer. So that's the 4 factors of impulse. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good day.